This is a laser keyboard. Back in the 2010s or so, these were kind of seen as the future of keyboards, the next big thing. But nowadays, not so much. So to give credit where credit is due, this is honestly quite an impressive bit of tech. It connects to any device via a Bluetooth connection, and once connected, will project a full-sized keyboard onto your desk. One thing I was a bit concerned about with the laser keyboard was if you would be able to see it in lighter situations. Like, I knew it would be easy to see in the dark, but I wasn't sure if you had some bright lights on, if you could actually see the keyboard. And yeah, you can. As you can see here with my studio lights on, you can still see the keyboard reasonably well. So yeah, even with bright lights on, you can still use this as a keyboard, which I was pretty impressed by. On the lower half of the device, there is a scanner. This scanner sensors where your fingers are hitting on the desk, sending a signal to your device you're connected to as to which key you have pressed. So yeah, all around a quite impressive bit of tech that works pretty well and pretty consistently, though it is by no means better than just using an actual keyboard. Typing is incredibly slow. There is no fast typing on this. You have to wait a second between each key press, or it won't register the next one. You have to tap and then wait a bit, and then tap and then wait a bit. Because if you start pressing the keys too fast, it won't register half of the keys that you actually hit. Plus, slapping your fingers against a desk or a flat surface or whatnot, it doesn't feel quite right. It feels a lot nicer to actually have a button that, there's some haptic feed. There's some response there. You hit the key, there's a bit of a click, you feel it push down. When just you're slapping your fingers against the table, it just feels weird. It's not an enjoyable experience to use. So yeah, all around, it's slow, it's not great, it's not very enjoyable to use. Plus the battery on it isn't great. From the research I did, people get around 2-3 hours out of it, which isn't like bad, but if you were going to use this as like a full-fledged keyboard, 2-3 hours isn't great. Yeah, with those three things kind of getting in the way of it being an actual usable keyboard, I don't really know who this is for. I can't really think of anyone who would buy this and actually use it on a day-to-day basis. The only reason I can think of this being helpful is if you are traveling and you need a keyboard and you don't have enough space to bring a full-fledged keyboard with you, and this is a whole lot smaller than a keyboard. However, I can't really imagine many people needing just a keyboard. Surely if you need a keyboard, it means you're bringing with your PC, and surely if you're bringing with a PC, you have space to slip in a keyboard. You can get some pretty small keyboards. The only reason I can see anyone actually getting one of these is basically for the reason I got one. It would be to test it out, would be to see what it's like to use one of those laser keyboards. And honestly, I think for that, it's a fair bit of fun, I think this one was £35. £35 for a cool little gadget to have around, sitting on your desk, play around with from time to time. It's a pretty cool bit of fun. A great gift, I guess, for someone. A great gift for a tech lover, I suppose. So yeah, all around, a usable bit of tech, but definitely not a keyboard killer. Alright, see ya.